And I got way too many feels, way too much emotion, I don't even know what's real. I don't need to get along with your best friend, even better with your family.
So I already filmed an intro for this video because I was so hyped before I started doing my makeup. So we're gonna see what the editing situation is. But I wanna say hello, welcome to the first beauty video. This is so fun to me. Oh my gosh, I have wanted to film beauty videos since I started YouTube. Like, wow. I feel so professional with my lens, which I've had this lens for a while. I use this to film workouts. But anyway, welcome to the video. If you want to see how I do my everyday makeup, that is a very, very quick routine, super easy, super simple, then just keep watching. Today, we're doing my normal makeup routine. We got our freaking homemade cold foam, sweet cream cold foam coffee here. Oh, that is so nice. And yeah, like I said, today is just going to be my normal makeup routine. In reality, it literally takes me 12 minutes. But obviously with this video, I'm gonna be talking a little bit more, so it's gonna be longer than 12 minutes. But I'll show you everything. I'll put everything in the description box, and I'm really excited, so let's do this. Okay, so I don't use primer anymore. I used to a while ago, and then when I just like revamped all my makeup based on a list of ingredients from my esthetician, I couldn't find a primer that didn't have like bad ingredients in it for my skin anyway, so I don't use it, but I do put SPF on after I wash my face. Let me know if you guys would want a skincare routine, but I just go straight to foundation, and the foundation that I use is this powder foundation. It is Fit Cover Australia. I use the shade Toned. I will say, now that I'm not regularly getting spray tans, it is a little bit too dark. It's gonna look orange, but we'll blend it down the neck per usual. And this is a powder foundation. I never thought I would love powder foundation because I'm a full coverage gal, but this stuff is so buildable, and code Melissa saves. So I just use a kabuki brush and put this in a little bit of face. Okay, so with this color being very tan, I'm going to order the next shade up next time. And I know that right now it does look crazy, but when I'm wearing actual clothes and you can't see how pale I am, and I also complete the face, it will all come together, don't you worry. Next up is concealer. I love Tarte Shape Tape. It's my OG. I don't like the extra creamy one, but this one does the job. It is 12S Fair. My biggest complaint is the packaging because it just squeezes out and gets disgusting, but it's such a good product. So for this, I have already, I clean my sponge every morning with soap and water, and then I squeeze out the excess, and then I always have a little washcloth with me, and I'll do this to get most of the moisture out, because the last thing you want on your face is a ton of extra moisture just sliding your product around, okay? Especially on top of a powder foundation. You don't really have room for error, but most things are fixable. So we're gonna do concealer now. And I do just get the brightest shade because I like to have this help me with highlighting my face. And I do just one section at a time because I find that it tends to dry down quickly on top of the powder foundation, so I want to make sure I can blend it. Yes, just yes. And if you still think it looks a little extreme, that's okay, because we're gonna set it and the whole face is gonna come together, like I said. All right, so once concealer is done, we have been brightened. Also, if you hear that, Archie found his ball. Be good. Be good floofer. You're gonna wanna set it. So I use the, okay, Archie, we gotta take this ball out there. But you're going to want to set your concealer. And I know for me, I have oily skin, not really a combination, just oily to normal. I'm oily in my T-zone, so where I put the concealer to brighten my face. And this setting powder in this method is the only way I have found that actually lasts as long as possible for someone with oily skin. Archie. ready as a cat. So if you have oily skin, you're gonna wanna do this. I use this Banana Light powder from Makeup Revolution. Honestly, I ordered this off Amazon, and because this is the packaging, a long time ago I used the Laura Mercier setting powder, and it's great. The Makeup Revolution is just a little bit more affordable, so I kept the packaging because I use the lid of this, like so, to pour in my other powder. So I'll just tap some of this in there, and I'll take the sponge I just used for my concealer. And if you're someone who your concealer creases pretty quickly, touch it up again before you do the powder. Then grab your powder and just go in. And just tap, 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 tap it on there. And so I do under my eye, I do my eyelids. We're gonna end up doing the whole face, but first we're gonna do where we put concealer. So now that I've set all the concealer, now I'm just going over my whole face again because I do have oily skin. I love a matte face. Like I wish I could pull off the like glowy, dewy look, but that's just really not for me. I get that naturally after a few hours, so I don't need to add other product or just like let that be how it is from the start. So I do like to set my whole face even though it is a powder foundation, and I just continue using the same banana powder and the sponge. And if you use liquid foundation, you're gonna wanna set all of it anyway so you can work over top of it with what comes next. Which is my favorite part, and that's gonna be bronzer. Actually, I need to grab a new one. So this is the bronzer I use, Park Avenue Princess by Tarte, and it's just my favorite. It's a great shade, not too warm, nothing too crazy. It looks like this has a little chain on it, and yeah. I love a brand new product of anything. So I am going to take, guys, my brushes are not fancy. Like I've had these for so long, okay? But this is the bronzer brush that I use. So it's just like a big face brush that's tapered. And the first thing we're gonna do is just bronze, okay? Bronzing and contouring are two different things, but you put them in the same place really. So bronzing is just more of like an overall, like, let me just add some color to the face. And so that you can remember is doing a 3, it'll be like this. That was something I learned. I learned everything I know about makeup from YouTube. So yeah, watch tutorials, man. That's where you'll learn everything. And I like a lot of bronzer, so again, if it looks crazy, that's okay because we're gonna blend it out. And of course, we're gonna put it on the neck just to help us out a little bit more. So that's bronzer. We have been bronzed. And it's okay if it's not blended out just yet, because it's all gonna come together, like I keep saying. Now for contouring, I use this little round brush. I think it's from Real Techniques. Again, I've had all these forever. So I will just dip that into me bronzer, and then I like to do my nose. Personally, there's nothing wrong with my nose. Like, there's nothing wrong with anyone's noses, okay? If you want a nose job, cool. If you're cool with your nose, cool. I just like the way it looks when you do a nice little nose contour. And I do a little bit under my lower lip to help it pop. I'll do a little bit here just to add to the cheekbone. And we'll just touch up the bottom because I love bronzer. Okay, next up is an OG freaking palette. This is a Jaclyn Hill by Becca palette from years and years and years ago. Honestly, I've almost used up the entire thing. I need a new blush, so there's that. But the brush I use is this blush brush from e.l.f. Got it at Target a long time ago, and I just kind of mix the blushes that I have left and just kind of go to town. So the thing with blush, it depends on the product obviously and how pigmented it is. But typically blushes are the first to go. Like you can blend that out so easily. Like it looks like a lot, but you kind of have to front load it. So after you do blend it out, you still have blush left over, right? So I'm not someone who like experiments with blush. I just like a good like pink. I don't know about all the oranges and all that crazy shit. I just like that one. Next up is going to be highlight, and I use this highlighter from Jaclyn Cosmetics. I recently got this. I've only had it for like maybe a month or two, but this is in the shade Iced, and it is so beautiful. It's the perfect highlight for me. I love powder highlight, and then I just use Archie. No. I use this brush from BH Cosmetics. Again, got it a long time ago. But just swirl that in there, and I like a lot of highlight. Again, it's gonna blend out. If you use like a liquid or a cream highlight, you're not gonna have as much of an issue, but I just love to pile it on. Ooh, and then you can always blend it out. Like, it's always fixable. And if you are new to all this, just start small. And then when you blend it out, and if you feel like it looks like nothing, then you can add some more. So I'll put on top of my cheekbones, I'll put a little bit on my nose, a little bit on my Cupid's bow. You can also take your finger and kind of do this. I don't put it anywhere on my forehead because, like I said, your girl is oily, and that's not the vibe. Now, we are going to come back to our banana powder, and we are going to blend out the whole face with this huge, just like fluffy face brush. So just to go in circular motions, blending toward the outside of the face. Really just set everything in place. Same thing here. Blend that blush and highlight and contour. See, there's like nothing left compared to like before, after. It looks nice, obviously, but yeah, you can always blend it out. So there's that. Now the face is done. The face has come together for the most part. Next up, we have brows. And listen, I take a lot of pride in my brows. Somebody commented, I don't remember if it was on, I think it was on an old YouTube video, a man, which therein lies the first problem, commented, if I spent as much money on my teeth as I spend on my eyebrows, my teeth wouldn't be so messed up. And I was like, well, first of all, sir, your opinion is not welcome here. Second of all, I spend $0 on my eyebrows. I do not get them waxed. I do not get them threaded. I just keep up with plucking them on my own, and I also trim them. So I take care of my brows. Nobody else touches these. Nobody has touched these for years. I'm just a brow wizard, okay? And then I just fill them in a little bit. Like, I have great natural brows, like, bless up, right? But I do like to fill them in a little bit. And I'm a little extra here, because clearly these are one of my favorite parts of my routine. But I have two different brow products. So the first product I use is this NYX Brow Kit. So I'll use that powder on the inner half of my eyebrows because it's lighter. And then the next product that I have is this Makeup Revolution Brow Kit. And I will use the darker powder there in the middle for the outer half of my eyebrows because that's too dark to be like in the middle of my face. It's too harsh and I like a little ombre effect. So I'm telling you, this really takes like 30 seconds in real life and it's so worth it. But I just use this little angled brush from BH Cosmetics and yeah, we're just gonna do this thing. I don't really have to shape that much, but I just add a little something in the middle there. And because it's a little bit lighter, not as pigmented, I don't have to be like scared to work with it. So you can kind of see the difference there. I think she's just a little bit fuller. She's looking nice. And what they say is true. We definitely have sisters for eyebrows, not twins. Everybody has a favorite brow. My favorite is this one, my right one. She knows how to act. She's always acted right. My left one, she just needs a little bit more help sometimes, and that is okay. And like legit, they're never perfect. I just do my best and move on. Do not be a perfectionist with your brows because again, they're sisters, not twins. So now I'm gonna take the darker color and I just kind of start on the arch, fill all of that in, kind of blend it together, and then finish off the tail. Now out here, you gotta be careful. You wanna have a steady and a trained hand or else you're just gonna have to wipe it off and start over because it's easy to make it a thick daddy out there, okay? And that's not what we want, but here she is. You can just see, she's just a little bit more put together, and we love that. Okay, that one's not perfect, but it's okay because it's the left one. We know that she just needs a little bit more freedom, and that's fine. The last thing I'll do is just kind of wipe off any concealer or anything that was on my lips, because that is it for the face. I have lash extensions. I actually got them done yesterday. I get all volume because I just love a really full look. I asked for a cat eye. Just keep in mind that, so I have like almond shaped eyes, so the cat eye works really well on my eyes. It's not gonna work for everyone, but your lash artist, like she will be able to tell you, he or she will be able to tell you what's gonna look best on your eye shape, and just try out different things. Lashes are so fun, definitely not necessary. I just love it because it makes getting ready so fast. Like I would spend like 8 to 10 minutes just on my mascara before I had lash extensions, and this just like wraps it up so quick. And because I just got them done yesterday, I'm not gonna put on any eyeshadow. You really aren't supposed to with lash extensions, just because like the oils from the eyeshadow can deteriorate the glue quicker and your lashes will come off quicker, so that you just don't retain them as well. I do like to wear eyeshadow just minimal, like in my crease, which I can totally do another tutorial on if you guys want that. I like to do that on a day-to-day basis, but because I just got them done yesterday, I like to just let them be for a little bit, because like, come on, like we're fleeking, right? So the last thing that I will add is typically I will do like a chapstick kind of deal. I have the Vaseline. It's like in a little tube that you can just squeeze out. I love that, but for this video, I wanted to share my current favorite lip gloss, and that is Rose Drip from Jaclyn Cosmetics. Listen, it's not gonna look like much. That's what I like. I don't want a super pigmented gloss. Of course, you can add this over top of lip colors, but I just love a little shine, you know? And that is literally it. It is so quick, it is so easy. Again, I will list everything in the description bar below. If you have other questions, if you want other tutorials, if you have requests, this is like a whole new area on my channel. But this is something I've wanted to do literally since I started YouTube, okay? And I have this lens, I have this whole setup, and I'm like, why am I not doing this? Because I just had a lot more fun than I expected to filming this, so hopefully you enjoyed it. And yeah, wow, this is exciting. So I'm gonna wrap the video here, and as always, if you watched until now, I'm taking all my good vibes, I'm sending them your way. If you could give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that bell before you leave, that would be dope. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye.
Oh,